Guac is up, boys. It's week 10 in Holy Guacamole. That's right. Second time around here. So we're going to have 5 weeks left. A lot of big matchups. We're going to go over them all. We're going to go over the standings. We're going to go over some of the big games from last week that some of the fantasy players had. I got a big win against Jimmy, and it just makes me so happy. The work week is just a little bit easier to get through. We're here on Thursday, and next week is the trade deadline. So you can't be afraid to make some moves. Get on that phone. You got to make some calls. Don't be scared to get out of your comfort zone. Take a stab at a player that might bring you to the promised land. Now, in my case, you might end up regretting that decision, and I may not ever financially recover. But you got to get over those things. Trading away McBride, yeah, it sucks, but we're playing a game. You got to take chances when you need to, fill in some gaps in your lineup. You got until next Wednesday, that's the trade deadline, to make something happen or sell the farm for next year and some trade and some picks and draft capital. Okay? Now, we'll take a look at some of the top performers and the shakeups in the standings. Here we go now. Birthday boy Anthony, now in first place, had some big games from T. Higgins and C-Mac, 35 points each. Okay, so big week last week against Obi, and he is now in first place, despite losing Malik Neighbors for the season. That was a big loss. Anthony's been through it all and still in first place. Stevie had a huge week. He's got his tight end back. He's got his keeper, Brock Bowers, in a big way. 44 points. Huge game. 3 touchdowns. He'll be in the running for tight end 1 again this year. Now, I had a huge game from Mr. Paint My Nails himself, Caleb Williams. He scored 43 points. It was against the Bengals D, a terrible defense this year. They can't stop anybody. But huge performance from Caleb. He had a receiving touchdown as well. Gotta love that. And finally, Greg. Greg had a huge week from Drake London in Foxborough. He had 3 touchdowns. Drake London doing big things with Michael Penix. Obviously, he's just zoned in on throwing the ball to London. And they'll be in London this week. All right. Now, we're going to get into the standings here. But first, I want to talk about Chad, or Powers, whatever we want to call him. He's on a 3-game losing streak, and how the mighty have fallen. He's going to be in it this week against Carl. Big matchup there. And he'll be at the game with Stevie. Bucks versus Pats. Very exciting there. And like I mentioned before, Anthony's at the top. And our returning champ, Carl, he's at the bottom. So it kind of reminds me of 2 brothers, polar opposites. One's a stud, the other an absolute loser. But unlike Mahomes and his brother Jackson, both of these guys are respected champions in the league. Both have won once. We'll see which brother can get that second title under his belt. But now we're going to get to the matchups here. And we'll try to fly right through these. Okay, so let's get going. I am 4-5 facing off against Stevie. 5-4. Stevie won the first matchup against me, and we got a big matchup tonight. Thursday night football. Bowers. I'm not looking forward to this one. Against Sutton. Now I might throw Nix in there last minute. We'll see. Or keep Caleb in there Sunday. I'm wondering how healthy his running backs are right now. Barkley was hurt. He had a bye. He plays Monday night. Swift is nursing an injury as well, so we'll see what happens there. But Jonathan Taylor, MVP, fantasy MVP, in London this week. Stevie definitely holds the edge, despite losing Jaden Daniels last week. He picked up Goff. Got a great matchup this week, so we'll see. One to look for, the defenses, Jacksonville versus Houston. Our defenses are going head to head. And again, Stevie at the Pats-Bucks game. He'll be watching his kicker, so that'll be fun to watch. Next up, we got Jimmy 4-5 versus Obi 6-3. Jimmy gets his Eagles back, and they'll be going off on Monday night. Hurts and Goddard. Goddard's been a touchdown machine. Obi has his own touchdown machine in Devontae Adams. Leads the league in receiving touchdowns this year with 8. And Obi's going to hope Drake May keeps it rolling. Number 3 quarterback, fantasy quarterback on the year. We'll see how Drake does down in Tampa. Next game we got Anthony 6-3, our leader, versus Andy 4-5. Now, only matchup to look for is Baker versus Sammy D. These guys drafted in the same year. They played in Carolina together. A lot of history behind those two quarterbacks. But it looks ugly. This matchup looks ugly on paper. Andy needs to win a few more games here to stay out of the dress for the second time. His points for are now the lowest on the season, so this could come into play for playoffs and that last place dress, which I'm also in the running for. Next up, Greg 4-5 versus Chris 4-5. I wanted to make this the game of the week, though Chris is missing Lamb on a bye and Rice on a bye. So it would have been a great wide receiver matchup here with the wide receivers Greg has. But Greg has the highest projection I've seen this year at 149. He's built a super team. The storyline here, though, is Danny Dimes for Greg facing his old team, well, the quarterback of his old team, Jackson Dart. Fantasy matchup here, Dart versus Danny Dimes. A little revenge story here. I love it. All right, and last but not least, the game of the week. I got Powers here. 3-game losing streak. Gotta win against Carl, 3-6, who also is in a must-win game here. And it's Josh Allen versus Lamar. It says it all. Like Stevie, Powers has a kicker in that game down in Tampa. He's got McLaughlin going. On the other side of things, Carl has Stephon Diggs, hoping he can get in the end zone for his second straight week. Big matchup here with the running backs in the Jets-Browns game. Breece Hall versus Junkins. That'll be great to watch. Powers has Bijan in London Sunday morning. And then we also have Josh Jacobs ending the matchup on Monday Night Football for Carl. So, lots of good matchups. We didn't really have any close games at the end of the week last week. Hoping for a close one here to end the week in Week 10 on Monday Night Football. And lastly, we'll just look at the duos. So the duos standings looks like a 3-team race. All right. It's a tight race. Tighter than 2 Cowboys stuffed into a sleeping bag. We'll have a ways to go here since duos goes till Week 17. So lots of time for everyone to catch up. We'll see how things shake out in the duos competition. Good luck to everyone in Week 10. Safe travels to Stevie down to Florida. Enjoy the game with the Chad. Try not to fall into any trade traps. Your commissioner out. See you next week, boys.